There's never been a lot of common sense in this world, but today it's hit a critical low. Does anyone wonder why Trump and the MAGA party would push a bill that is so horrible everyone says it's political suicide? That would only be true if they were worried about losing an election, if there were any more elections. I asked ChatGPT if North Korea is a fascist country because America is starting its path to be just like North Korea. Is North Korea a fascist country? No, North Korea is not a fascist country. While it exhibits some characteristics that might be superficially like fascism, such as a strong emphasis on nationalism and a cult of personality around its leaders, it is more accurately described as a totalitarian dictatorship, specifically a Stalinist state with its own unique ideology called Juche. If you think that Trump and the MAGA party won't eliminate or rig all future elections, you should pay attention to what's happening in Miami.
Now at 6, we continue to follow breaking news. It's official. The city of Miami is postponing its 2025 November elections until next year. The move to change elections to even years was made with less than 5 months to go before Miami residents were supposed to head to the polls. Good evening. I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Jim Barry. Elliot Rodriguez has the night off. The 2025 elections would have decided a new mayor and also city commissioners. CBS News Miami's Anna Bacasa joins us live from Coconut Grove. And Anna, this decision received support and also criticism, right?
Trump and the MAGA party are testing this locally so they can get a Supreme Court ruling allowing them to do this in Miami, so they can use that ruling when they scale everything up nationally. This is another way Trump and the MAGA party will attempt to rig any future elections. Your only choice will be Donald J. Trump. Again, I asked ChatGPT a question. This time it was if there would be elections in America if Trump declared martial law. Would there be elections in America if Trump declared martial law? ChatGPT said, under martial law, the normal functioning of civil government is suspended and replaced by military authority. This would be an extraordinary and extreme situation, typically declared in response to events like invasion, and you've heard Trump talk about that before, large-scale insurrection, you've heard him warn about Insurrection Act, or total collapse of law and order, which America is on its way towards. Would elections still happen? In theory, the U.S. Constitution does not provide for the suspension of elections, even under martial law. Federal elections, especially for president and Congress, are set by law and the Constitution, so canceling or postponing them would likely be unconstitutional. Boy, have you not heard that word unconstitutional numerous times since Trump got into power? All right, in practice, if martial law were declared in a limited area, let's say like California or New York or, any number of blue states, elections might be postponed or disrupted in that region, but would likely proceed elsewhere in the red states. If martial law were declared nationwide, a virtual unprecedented scenario, it would raise a constitutional crisis. The legality of holding elections would depend on how extreme the situation is, and whether courts and civilian institutions were still functioning. The legal barriers. Only Congress can change federal election dates for Congress or the President. Congress can change. Who's got the Congress majority right now? Oh, that's right, MAGA. The president cannot unilaterally cancel or postpone elections. Courts would almost certainly challenge any attempt to use martial law to interfere with the democratic process. A historical example. In 1864, President Lincoln held a presidential election during the Civil War, a powerful example of the U.S. commitment to elections even in crisis. The summary. Elections are supposed to continue under martial law. Supposed to continue under martial law, especially federal elections. Canceling them would be unconstitutional and would likely spark legal and political chaos. Only under the most extreme and lawless scenario would elections not occur. November 5, 2024, America became a totalitarian dictatorship. I sincerely hope that most of the American population decides that they don't want to live in a country modeled after North Korea, because over 77 million Americans elected a convicted felon, adjudicated sexual abuser, liar, and someone who publicly said he was going to be a dictator.